In this video, we will be discussing how to use paid marketing for your customer retention. So customer retention have been linked with email and SMS marketing for quite some time, but paid has enormous scale, and nothing scales like paid marketing. So over here, to boost your retention, to ignore the paid channel is not advisable. So in this, we will be discussing how to optimize your paid marketing in align with customer retention. So coming directly into it. So first is like overall customer retention efforts. So customer retention efforts comes down to one, we need to acquire more great customers. Not everyone, we not need to acquire our bad customer like similar to our bad customers. What we need is like acquire great customers, turn bad into great, and get more value out of great customers. So this is the broad framework. And now in terms of tactics, one is like the first and most important, I think, which is a 2-minute job, is to acquire more like great customers. So instead of creating lookalike from your all customer base, or creating lookalikes from your regular customer base, it's best to do not create lookalike from regular customer base. Using RFM, figure out what's your best audience, like your champions or your winners or your best audiences, and try to feed that back into Google or Facebook. So in this, the limitation comes from the volume. So like Google or Facebook lookalike has a limitation of 1000 or 500 user profiles. So if you need to have like a 10,000 user base in your database, so you can figure out like 10,000 or 1,000 best customers and then feed those back into Google instead of creating a lookalike of all those. So it's like acquire, what we are telling the algorithms or the pixels is that you get more of these good customers. Second, in this, apart from retention or good audiences, you can look into someone who have posted good reviews, or VIP customers, or customer in high tier loyalty programs. They might be like platinum users or your this users. So those kind of users could have been taken in place. Now coming this there is also angle to use. The second tactic is to use in paid ads. So paid ads, there have been lot of this thing. Agencies are doing this thing, like they are using email list building using lead ads, and we have not seen much success with this, but there is always the opportunity to use lead ads to build your email marketing list. So that's this thing. And social media agencies, whatever we work with, are pushing these since I think iOS 14 update. So since that, they have been pushing their clients to move in this range. But idea is that paid ads to build the list, we have not seen much success. If you can get the user to your website, they know your brand and they are this thing, then it's worth it. But you can use paid marketing to build your email list as well. Next important tactic is to recapture the lapsed audience. So this is a tricky, or it's a valuable asset of paid marketing, where email or SMS tend to perform, or it's like where both channels work in sync. So sometimes what happens that customer stops opening your email. Maybe it's landing in their spam, or they have changed their email address, or they are not interested in receiving emails from you, or they have bought 6 months ago or 180 days ago, and now they have not been responding to your email, SMS or anything like that. So it's to use those audiences, unsubscribe them or suppress them on your email marketing channel and move them back into paid marketing. So the idea is that if you are not able to communicate through one channel, try the same user audience on the second channel. So there, if you are feeling that email is not working well for them, or SMSs, so try to upload that list on Facebook, Google, and then try to hit those users. And we have seen success with that if someone has not been responding on email, so we try to trigger them back using email and SMS. So one is known openers, and second is like a recaptured or like lapsed audience, win back audience. So using those audiences to feedback back into your this like a paid marketing channels. Next strategy is where it was more focused on the existing customers, that we need to focus more on the converting bad or May customers into great customers. So over here, what we need to do is we look at the post purchase journey and we try to populate along the post-purchase journey. So the idea is that you put up like value engagement sequences. So if someone places an order, there can be a how-to guide and all those things. So whatever you are sending on email as a value add to the user, or like a tutorial or this thing, you can run a small ad around that, and it will never cost too much money, because the number of users ordering and the CTRs will be very great and all those things. So it will not cost more than like 0.5% of your total paid marketing budget, but it will be really good experience for them, and you can count it as a like a branding budget or this thing. And some brands they have done is like they have posted a single post and they have just boosted it sort of to our paid audiences. So you don't need to create a proper ad campaign or something like that. You can use a like 2-3 valuable blog post or something, and boost them into your channels. Next is cross-selling. So cross-sell related products or cross-sell related products is also asking for repeat purchase. So once we get the time for the repeat purchase, so we can use, because dynamic retargeting and the product feed ads, which like both Google Shopping or Google this thing and Google remarketing ads and Facebook ads, both are really good. So if we use them as a listing ads and put the cross-selling and put it after 30 days of purchase or after 15 days of purchase, and there can be replenishment ad campaign along those lines. So the idea is to like populate the post-purchase journey, and because paid budget will be mostly, the first budget is mostly in the acquisition, then there is a budget in retargeting. So the paid or the like buyers post-purchase budget will be like not even 1% or 2% of your total budget, and that will create very high ROI for you in the terms of retention, also in the terms of experience, in the terms of reviews and all those things. So it's just using paid as a channel, as like you set up automations along the journey, you set up campaigns along the journey. Because these are low volume this thing, so it makes sense once you have a like a traffic or the order volume of more than thousands a month. Anything below that, then it can run, but it might have a high CTR. But idea is to keep this strategy in mind and start experimenting from 1 or 2 ad boosting, 1 or 2 campaigns or 1 or 2 ad sets, and then look where it goes. But it's a good strategy, and it is work definitely above 1,000 orders. If you're getting above 1,000 orders, it will definitely work, because it's the same messaging. It's just we are using not email channel or SMS channel, we are using the paid channel. And yeah, so this works really well in overall strategy. Last is more about the engagement side of things. So I have not delved deep into this, because this can be anything, and this is very much related to your brand. But there can be loyalty program, there can be subscription model promotion, there can be like customized retention for RFM group. So if you have a one-time buyer, you can have a different campaign for that. If you have a like a lapsed customer, you can have a campaign. If someone has stopped buying, or if someone has bought multiple times, you can keep it like put up more campaigns around that. So it's totally depends on your what's your base and how big is the segment size. But if you are doing RFM segmentation, then I would recommend to put up communication also on the paid channel along with email, SMS, direct mail and whatever. But idea is to use the same creative, same this thing, and put up on ad, because ad reach and scale is very powerful. And email, you have to worry about the inbox deliverability, you have to worry about the open rates and all those things. Ad will have a impression and this thing, and I think at least for Facebook or Instagram or like those channels, I think it would be easy. For TikTok, and it might not that work that well, but for Facebook, definitely this is a good strategy, and similarly for Google as well, Google display ads. And last, I want to touch upon the integration side of things. So integration, there are 2 integrations. One is list based integration. So one is incoming, which is more related to the list building via paid ads. So that's like an incoming audience. For this thing, like how we are pushing users from our Klaviyo or like a CRM system into Facebook. So there is typically, I have seen this in Klaviyo Active Campaign, not in MailChimp for sure, but in other platforms as well, like OmniSend and all those things. So it's basically mostly one-way sync, where you can push your Klaviyo audiences into your Facebook audiences, and it's a one-time integration. You just need to look at the list, you need to create an audience in Facebook, you need to sync both, and then it will keep on populating. As soon as like a Klaviyo segment will get the data, it will pass on to Facebook, and from there you can have a framework and all those things going on. So it's a this is beneficial because if you are looking at RFM or anything like a dynamic audiences, so one is lookalike. So lookalike, even you do it manually once a month or once a quarter, that will work. But if you want like a very tight post purchase targeting or this kind of thing, then it's best to sync both from Klaviyo also, and for the win back audiences or from for labs audiences. So it's best to pull in from over here as well, and then move it from there, like like pull in from this thing, like a pull in from Facebook, and pull in from Klaviyo, and try to push them on Facebook and other channels. So that's the integration side of things, and broadly that's it is. So to summarize, paid marketing is an important channel, and to use it just for acquisition is not advisable, and you will also have very high ROI in using paid channel as a remarketing channel. Remarketing definitely most of the people use, but as a retention channel, and remarketing and retention are two different things. So remarketing is like if someone has visited in last 30 days, last 14 days, last 7 days, so those kind of campaigns comes under remarketing if they have engaged with the ads and this kind of thing. Retargeting or like a retention based paid ads is mostly looking into a complete different funnel, and it's mostly to deal with the next stage of the funnel. So it might be a upsell, it might be a cross sell, whatever someone has like placed an order. Now the idea is to put a budget to get those users back into the journey, and first step is like finding more users like that and all these things, but mostly it's to do with use the same communication, use it on paid marketing. So that's in simple words, and sync the audience, so you get the same audience. So same audience will get the message on the Facebook, Google email also, and same audience will get the message on paid. And now in the terms of multi-channel, it gets confusing, but if you're worried about that, they might get like multiple communication or anything like that. So it's totally depends on the if they are like, you can go one by one. Also, the best is to start with that labs audience. So labs audience, if they have stopped opening the emails and they are not responding, so you can always target them from paid marketing. So that can be the step one. And once you have a little bit more confidence in multi-channel, omni-channel strategy, then you can move to your post-purchase sequences and this thing. And lookalike is a one-time activity. I think acquire more like great customer, that's a one-time job. So that's it. I hope this was helpful, and if you find value, please do subscribe. Thank you.